Hello folks, we're here to look at a game that you might have missed. This particular game goes by the name of Machinarium, or Machinarium, I don't know how to pronounce it, but whichever works. Now Machinarium is an indie point-and-click puzzle adventure game, set in a robotic futuristic world, where you play a robotic character called Joseph. Now the main plot of the game revolves around an evil brotherhood of robots that are trying to destroy the city you used to live in, and once you break out of the prison they put you in at the start of the game, you've got to find them and try and stop them. Personally, I found that the storyline didn't feature very heavily in the gameplay, but you can follow it and it is there if you're interested in it. But the main mechanic the game uses to convey the storyline to you is a bunch of scripted segments that are kind of like cutscenes in the in-game engine, where you'll see the characters talking through a series of speech bubbles, but there won't actually be any speech. There's no real dialogue in the game. The only speech that actually happens is the gibberish the characters say to each other. And because of this can make the story quite hard to follow unless you're really clued into it and you're really on the ball. But if you are one of those type of people who do really like following the story, then you will definitely enjoy it, because it is a really great storyline, has a really great ending, which I'm not going to spoil here. Another thing the game really has going for it is its sense of humour. It's a really funny game. It's a lot of really dark, grim humour that it might be a bit of an acquired taste, but if you do like that kind of humour, then you will love this game. It's really funny at times. Now the main gameplay element in Machinarium are its puzzles. The puzzles in this game are absolutely fantastic and require a hell of a lot of out-of-the-box thinking to complete. A lot of the times the puzzles really do have a very obvious solution, but you just won't see it because you're trying to think far too far into it, and the game does a really good job of pacing the difficulty of its puzzles very well. A lot of the time you'll get a very hard puzzle followed by a bit of an easier puzzle, just like ease you into the next one, because if you're doing hard one followed by a hard puzzle, then it just gets a bit boring and tedious. You don't really want to play that. But I can definitely say that the closer you get towards the end of the game, the more difficult the puzzles get. Some of the last ones will really have you pulling your hair out. A lot of the puzzles in Machinarium challenge your ability to manipulate your environment. For example, one of the game's earliest puzzles requires you to fish your arm out of a lake. And the only way you can do this is by finding a magnet, a piece of string, using the in-game inventory system to combine them, and then hang them off the edge of a nearby lamppost. And you'll find that the concept of combining items in your inventory features quite heavily throughout the game. There are also a number of other options available to you. For example, you can increase or decrease the height of the character to get into areas you otherwise couldn't. And if you finally get stuck, then each scene has a hint associated with that you can access whenever you want. In general, the hint the game will give you will be pretty basic, and it's displayed in the same manner as the in-game cutscenes by way of a speech bubble, and you can often find the hint confuses you more than it helps you, which isn't ideal. But if you find that you need more help on a segment, then there's a little mini game you can play where you can unlock a more detailed hint to help you through it. And that's been our short look at Machinarium, one that you might have missed. It's a really good game, and I would definitely recommend you get it. It's available on Steam for Mac and PC, and to be honest, it's always in sales at the moment, so you can pick it up pretty cheaply. I would definitely recommend you get it. It's also available now on iOS, so for your iPad, iPad 2, new iPad, and as of a week ago it's available on the PlayStation Network, so PlayStation 3 users should be able to access it. If you're in Europe, that is. If you're in the United States, you'll have to wait a bit longer for the developer to bring it out there, but it's definitely available for PS3 users in Europe. And that's all. If you liked the video, please do like it, please leave a comment, and cheers guys.